This is the visual representation of how my brain reacts on every frame of my own video. This is not actually my brain, this is Meta AI's prediction of the brain, of what parts of the brain will get activated on each frame of the video based on the audio, video, and the text on that. How cool is that? This is real, it's free. Meta just open sourced it, and what I found out about my own content actually surprised me. Hello everyone. So if you are someone who works in marketing, digital, or anything related to content creation, I think this is a very important video that you should learn about. It's about Meta's newly launched AI predicted brain that can predict actual activity of your brain based on certain stimuli, including visuals, text, and audios. And I think this is super, super important. If you're someone who is interested in this topic, stick to it. And by the end of it, in this tutorial, you will learn how to run your own videos on this model to see how your content can perform, and a detailed guideline on where I feel my prediction on where this model is going to be, some possible threats of how this model can be abused, and some industries I feel already using this to their own advantage. So let's get deeper into it. So a month ago, Meta introduced this Tribe V2, and the internet sort of lost its mind because there is now a predictive foundation model that is trained to understand how the human brain processes complex stimuli, images, text, and audios. So you must have heard about all the headlines, but in plain English, here is what Tribe V2 actually means. It's an AI model that predicts how your brain will react in certain stimuli, including video, voice, and text. And if you're someone working in advertising industry, this video is for you because at the end you will see how I've used my own content to test how it's actually working and what are the signals that I'm getting from this model. So here is the actual paper that Meta released for the launch of this thing. And here you can see, and the way this experiment was run is basically they used a unified data set of over 1,000 hours of MRI across 720 subjects. So the training comprised of somewhat like 720 individuals, and they were shown certain type of visuals and audios and a combination of all three, and then that is how their brain activity was monitored. So you can see all of the detailed analysis here about how the system works. It's a three-stage architecture. I do not want to go into too much technicalities here because the actual demo is what I think will definitely get your attention. So one of the main concepts of neuroscience is how the brain processes the world around us, and this is exactly the main idea on which this model was built. So this is what Meta is trying to solve, to create like an actual AI brain of humans where they can predict how they respond to different stimuli, including music and language and text or any visuals that they can. And based on this, what they wanted to test was like if seeing this kind of stimuli, which parts of your brain gets activated, because based on that we can then predict like, okay, this type of content was this intrigued the user, this is what like got their attention, this is an industry of attention, and the more we consume this kind of content, the more we get addicted to it, and this is exactly why these tech companies are getting profits from. So again, coming back to the point was to understand how the brain reacts, which certain parts of neurons get activated, which certain areas of the brain activity can be monitored. And to do that, this is what they came up with. Now your next question would be, okay, but like for every AI model that is being trained, we know that there is certain type of data set that has been used, and based on that we can then predict some outcomes. For this kind of activity, your next question would be like, what data set was actually used? And to answer that, they've released a very detailed paper which you can go in and check it out in detail. But just to summarize, what they have listed here is they used around 1,000 hours of MRI scans across around 720 individuals. One problem I feel in this paper is that there is not enough information about what demographics of the individuals were, what age they were, gender, sex, like because we need to know these kind of demographics for understanding. Maybe I, as a user, as an individual, do not respond to certain kind of content as someone who has different interests and is from another age group. So I think this is one major flaw in this paper, but I do think that this is still very, very helpful. So what they've done is they've only listed all the participants as just healthy adults, and they show different kind of stimuli and visuals to these individuals, and they recorded their brain activity, and based on that each part shows like which specific parts of their brain got activated. And now we can test that. All right, so here I am at the main website of Tribe V2, and I'm exploring a couple of demos that they provided. So you can select any of the videos or any of the visuals that you want. And now, as you can see, they're sharing brain data loading. How cool is that? And now, as per the video, as the frame changes, we can see different activity on the brain. The cool part is that we can compare these two. So let's say if all of those 720 individuals were sitting in the room, and this was the kind of brain activity that they got from seeing this visual. Now, based on all of those data points, this is the predicted brain that I am so much amazed here that this is the kind of reaction that we got, and it is very, very close to what the individual participant's brain activity was showing. You can see it's very close to that. The activity that we are seeing here is crazily similar to what an actual brain would react to. Again, we can see how it responds to movies, how it responds to what. But let's get in deeper into it on how you can actually use it on your own data. All right, so let's see how we can run our own content on Tribe V2. I'm in the main website. You can see this website link in the description as well. And from here, I will go to download the code. So here we have the GitHub repo of the model itself and all the information about it. And here I can see download the model itself. And from here I can have like all the information on Hugging Face about the model. So on the GitHub repo, where you will see like the Tribe V2 available here, you will see a Colab demo notebook. So you can just open it up, and here we have this available. So what we can do here right now is just to get started. It's already running, but your first step would be to go into runtime and start a restart session. And that is how you will see it connected to your web page. And once that is done, then you will scroll down and hit this play button. So we're trying to run it through this browser, and not to like actually downloading the whole code base and then testing, because it will take some time. And just for my own testing purposes, I thought this is an easier version to do that. So what you can do it, you can just simply run it. And before you do that, there is also one step. So from here, so once you are here, you will first go to runtime, and from here you will select change runtime type, and from here you will select T for GPU. I'm giving the most easiest and the free version, so you can try it on your end. So just here hit save, and from here you can just simply hit reconnect, and it will take some time to connect again. This is how it will be shown, and then once that is done, you will go on and hit this version. So it's going to install this repo. Now we click run anyway. Once you will see like this take check mark, that means that it is all good. You are good to go on the next step. If you scroll this down, you will see that Meta has already loaded one video, and for each of the video frame, you will see that these are all splitted, and based on that, you will be seeing like all of this brain activity going on. And as you are seeing, these are the video frames and these are the audio frames. Based on the video and audio frames, how the brain is reacting on each of the so each T0, T1, T3, T4, these are all the time seconds of that time frames. And then we're also seeing an added layer of the text. So videos, like the visual part, the audio part, and the textual part. So here it is, you can see the brain is most activated when all three forms are running simultaneously. So this is a video of a trailer that is already added by Meta on this web page, so you can just go and understand this better. If you want to like go ahead and test it on your own one, first follow these steps. So what I did was I've changed the runtime. Now it's connected. I've installed this, and then I will run the second one. And from here, like one by one, you will run all of these to see how it's working. My suggestion would be to first run it on the video that is already available, so that you can understand the process better before adding your own one. Once that is done, we need to make a couple tweaks. So because this is a gated repo and you need to connect your Hugging Face account, so once that is done, we need to run the second one. And as you can see here, it has the sample video which is already there. So to upload your own video, you will go to this file section here, and you will upload your own video from this part, right? And once that is done, you will see that it is loading. You will see something like this in here. This is my part that was running. So my video name was careertips.mp4. This was the file that I am running it on here. So this is how it looked after it was uploaded to this section. Now there are a couple more steps that I want to show you. So as I said, this is a gated repo, and so what I did was, you need to connect your Hugging Face account. So go to Hugging Face, create your own token, and from there, once you will get your token for this video, this ran because this is already loaded. Now if I run the model itself, this is already because this is for the video itself, and because I have already connected my Hugging Face account. So after this was done, when you had to like run your plot brain, there is one more step that you can do here. So at this step, you have to activate your or connect your Hugging Face account. So how you can do that is at this part. So your Hugging Face account is connected with this one, and from here you will connect your token. Inside your Hugging Face account, this is where mine is. You can go ahead, you can create your own token, just give it read access, that's it, give it a name, whatever that is, create that token here. And once that is added, you can simply click play, and if it shows green check mark, that says that this is done. Once your account is loaded in here, the next step would be before you run the model itself. Now I also mentioned that you have, let's say I'm assuming that you have uploaded your video. At that part, you do need to make a couple changes on this path itself, because this is what the trailer is already loaded here. So how this will look like when you add your own video. So this is how it looked like when I gave it my own path of the video. So it shows the video path, then simply rest of the stuff is almost the same. Click this one, the original part, and just select it and make changes as per your own path of the file, right? And once that is done, I will simply hit play. So it's loading, and there is one more step that you need to do before you run the model itself. So as I mentioned, like for this specific repo, this is a gated one. So once that part is done, when you will actually play this part, which is to run the model, which will use your Hugging Face account, you will get an error saying that your Hugging Face account is not connected. So for that, again, as I mentioned, you have to add your token here, and the next part would be you need to go to Hugging Face Metalama 3.21, because this is the model that is actually using the textual part itself. Here you can see it says it's a gated model. You have been granted access to this model. And how I was able to get this access was simply there when I opened this link. It asked me a couple questions about my company name, why do I want to use this model for, just my own couple info, my name, a couple more details, and that's it. And I requested to get access to this model. And now that I have been granted access, I can now run this. So now when my actual Hugging Face token will be connected here, I can run this model, and just one by one on each of the steps, this is how it will load. And when finally you will have your own video and you have updated the path of the video itself in here, it will take some time to fetch the video because it is running on frame per frame and analyzing that. And once you have gone through these kind of all of these steps, this is how the final output would look like. So I have my video in here. I only use the audio and visual parts. I did not want to test it on the textual part because that my video did not have any. So I just wanted to see the brain activity on this one. And now on the most important part of this video, what I actually learned about my own video about this. So the number one thing I learned, and I also used Claude for understanding more here, is that in all of the 15 frames that I have in here, there is like not a single part the brain activity shows like completely gray or dead part. So in all of the frames, because I'm simultaneously showing stuff on the video and I'm talking about it and there is audio involved, there is simultaneously brain activation, and there is not a single area that there is significant red yellow activation. There is no dead second, no panel where the brain looks dead or mostly gray, and you can see in this activity in all of the areas in here. Now what this kind of information explains is that model predicts that someone watching your content would have continuous neural engagement. There's never a moment where the brain like feels dull or it checks out. But another important observation that I felt was like if I see T0, like this was the brain activity in the start, and then if I go on to watch my brain activity like this one or somewhere in between like this 8 second, you can see that the later panels show larger and brighter regions lighting up in the brain. That means that the brain is doing more work as the video progresses, or what this means is that as the content builds up, you're not just front loading energy and losing engagement, you're escalating it, because this is what this video is showing. The predicted brain activity at second, I think at 8 it was the highest, because that is exactly when I was talking about career moves, and that is what I feel is that was the main point where it shows the strongest hooks. Okay, so till now we have covered what Meta Tribe V2 is, how to actually use Meta Tribe V2. But I think the real question is not whether the tool is impressive, because it truly is very impressive, but the question is where it will be useful. And as all the hype is, people are making a lot of claims like this is how I will see or monitor if my reel gets viral or not. That's just a very small use case, and maybe it's not very accurate. The way I am thinking and planning like how this tool will actually be used are a couple different ones. So let's say in film or TV industry, so a studio making like $200 million on a Marvel video can now test three different versions of the same climax they're planning to record or recorded already. So for example, they can see which one attention in the middle, which gets most engagement from the audience. Then another use case could be, product demos in visuals, all that are related to any sort of marketing campaigns. I think that for all those kind of use cases, that's super super valuable, and we definitely can try it for our own advantage. And again, as for every new technology, like it has good use cases, I think it can get very scary as well, and it can be abused in many ways for political campaigns. I think for propagandas, a campaign can test 50 versions of a 30-second ad through this and see which produces the most sustained activation and the emotional regions versus the rational reasoning regions. And based on that, I, I think the future can get a little bit scarier with all of this when we have. Now, I think the last part is the most important. Now, you might be asking, like, if the technology is so good, if it's so powerful and commercially valuable, why would Meta just give it away for free? And here is the honest answer, and it's not conspiracy. I think that is exactly how businesses work. You do know, so all of us know that Meta makes most of its money through ads, and just in 2024, if I'm not wrong, Meta's revenue was over $160 billion just from the ad revenue. And I've opened this here and I'm reading it right now. So Meta does not need to use the tool itself to benefit. They just need their advertisers to use it, and that's why they open sourced it. When you and I make more money on their using their ads, at the end they make more money. So with all of this technology, if we can understand what is better resonating with our audience, what is it that they are purchasing more, connecting more, clicking more, exactly all of this data is super valuable for Meta itself, because that is how they're going to make more money out of this. It's all connected. So I think Meta is making its advertising business more profitable by giving every marketer on earth a better tool to optimize their ads with this. And I do feel that this is a very very powerful technology, and we should all give it a try and learn more about it and try to use it in our own projects and definitely see where it goes. So now you might be asking, Meta makes most of its money through. So now you might be asking, like, if this technology is so powerful and it is so commercially valuable, why would Meta just give it away for free? And to answer that, we must go back to the same idea that Meta makes most of its revenue through ads. And I think in 2024, the revenue just from their ads was around $160 billion plus, if I'm not wrong here. But to the same point, I think this is exactly why this project has been open source, because the more benefit Meta can give to the advertisers, the better ads you and I create, the more money Meta can make out of it. And with this kind of powerful technology, this is directly relevant to how good ads we will be creating. So yes, definitely. So yeah, if you enjoyed, so yeah, I think definitely we should all give this a try. This is a very very powerful tool, super super helpful, super valuable if tested in the right way. And we should all give it a try to test it in our projects and see where we can take this technology as a step further. Signing off, this is Bisma Majeed. I currently work at AnswerAgent, and we create lots of such tutorials on new tools launch, new experiments done in AI. We also create technical tutorials about AI agents, AI architecture, and a lot. So do check out our channel. And if this interests you, give us a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.